folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the Fishing with Norm YouTube channel. Comment dates popping up down below, so make sure you get to hit subscribe button and the bell. Leave a comment down below on this video for your chance to be next video's comment of the day. Today we are here on day, I think it's 27 of the daily video challenge. Hope you guys are enjoying. Guys, if you watch my videos all the time, make sure that subscribe button's hit, because a lot of YouTubers that I watch, I realize I haven't even subscribed yet, and I feel bad telling you guys to subscribe when I'm guilty myself of not subscribing to people I enjoy watching. So look to see that subscribe button's hit. If not, go ahead, subscribe, leave a comment down below on this video for your chance to be next video's comment of the day. Okay, so we are here at the Lake Jackson boat ramp actually, but we are not actually fishing Lake Jackson today. The plan for today, we are approaching 2021. I did an unboxing back in I think February of all my rods and reels, and I told you guys I would do a rod and reel arsenal, but I wanted to wait until I was very experienced and I put in the work with all these rods and reels, figured out what they were like best for and how I like using them and where I like using them. So now I've built up like 10 months of experience with a ton of these rods and reels, and I'm gonna give you guys my opinions. And if you guys got some money for Christmas or you're looking to buy new rods and reels, hopefully this will help you guys kind of understand, at least in my opinion, what's best. I'm by no means a professional fisherman. I asked the Loose Pro Andrew Upshaw, because each brand kind of, if it says a 7.4 medium heavy, each brand's gonna be different a little bit. So I talked with him a lot about like what rods and reels I should get, kind of explained like, you know, I'm fishing around pads, around grass. So I think I have a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about here, but also it's a lot of personal preference as well. But I thought it would be nice to bring you guys kind of like my 2021 rod and reel arsenal, what I will be using next year, and I've fished with it long enough to kind of have a good opinion on what works and what doesn't. So if you guys remember my unboxing video, I unboxed a ton of rods and reels. Not all of those am I gonna be going over today, because I've given away like half of the ones I got from that, just from, you know, meeting you guys out in public. There's not nearly as many as I had in the beginning, but that's okay, because I really don't need too much, especially for like pond fishing, and I have a few things for like boat fishing, lake fishing, that I think those rod and reel combos are good. But yeah, let me go ahead and grab these. Focus on my face. Come on, camera. Oh, it worked for a second. Guys, I stepped on my camera, completely ruined it, but yeah, tripod. Look at me stepping on my game here. Time lapse of me going into the truck, grabbing rods and reels. I'm just such a cool fishing creator. See you guys. We're good. Oh, whoa, where are you guys going? Guys, I don't know if you can tell, this is my first time using an actual tripod before. We got all the rods and reels that I use. This is like not even like what's at my house. This is just kind of like what's in the truck, like what I actually use. This is a rod and reel arsenal, and we got probably 8 rods and reels sitting here, so should be good. We just gotta find a cool spot to set up. I want you guys to see the beautiful Lake Jackson with all its glorious lily pads, hydrilla, and boat ramps that you can't even drive down because the lake's drying up. This is one of the lakes I can look at, and you know, whenever you drive past the pond, you're like, dang, I wish I could fish there. Here I'm like, I'm glad I'm not fishing there. Lake Jackson is just not nice to me. All right, guys, we got the camera set up. It is time to go through my 2021 rod and reel arsenal. I think I'm getting a package in the mail with like 50 or 60 rod and reel combos. Like, definitely gonna be the biggest unboxing in fishing YouTube history. If you guys wanna see that, leave a like on this video. And yeah, I'm thinking in that package there's gonna be a lot of the Xfinity combos, which is like Lose and Walmart, but it's super affordable. So I'm super excited to try those out. But this stuff is gonna be what I'm using in 2021 up until that package comes in. And I've had the 10 months of experience fishing with this stuff, so I can tell you guys like what I think is best for it, and maybe it'll be different for you guys. But back when I started fishing, I was always looking for like, what's the best Texas rig combo? And it seems like there's no videos out there to help you like choose what rods and reels are best for what, so I'm gonna try to help you guys out with that today. But we're just gonna start with rod number 1. All right, guys, rod number 1, this has been my arsenal for a while. This is a this is a Bass Pro Shops fish sticks. Got some big ones on this. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link down below. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, this is not part of the arsenal. It was just in my truck. I thought it would be funny. It is kind of a cool reel, though. I did catch some decent fish on it, if you guys want to check that video out. But yeah, that's not part of the official arsenal. Tried to make a joke. Probably wasn't funny. Sorry. All right, actual rod number 1. Woo! All right, guys, so rod and reel combo number 1 is the Lose Mach 2 in the green. This one I will probably be replacing with the Xfinities once they come in the mail. But this year-round, even though I have a Texas rig tied on here, normally what I've been using this for and I found is absolutely perfect for It's a 7.3 medium heavy, action is a moderate taper. And what I've been using this for, and it works absolutely great, is my moving baits. So my chatterbaits, sometimes spinner baits, not really that much, but chatterbaits, square bills, rattle traps have been basically what this has been assigned to. And I don't know what it is about this combo in particular. I haven't had any problems with it. I think the only one I broke, actually this might be the broken one. It is. The only one I broke, if you guys remember in the video like a couple days ago, Hunter stepped on it and it broke. I think I've only broke 2 rods this year, like by it not being like my actual fault. Like setting the hook on a fish. This one was broken, but the reel is also a 7:3-to-1 gear ratio, which I feel like when it comes to getting combos for different types of fishing, I definitely feel like the reel is less important than the rod, if that makes any sense. 7:3-to-1. 14-pound fluorocarbon is what I use with chatterbaits and rattle traps around here. You can go heavier if you're fishing like some serious stuff. 7.3 medium heavy, 7:3-to-1 gear ratio, 14-pound fluorocarbon. I have put this reel, like you can tell just by how dirty the handles are. This has probably been the rod and reel I've used the most, or my friends when they're fishing with me have used as well. Just really all good around like moving bait rod and reel. You could also throw a Texas rig on it as well, but I have a different combo I prefer to do that on instead of this one. But that is combo number 1. Let me go grab combo numero dos. Switch you guys up a little bit there. I hope that looks better. Combo number 2, my deep cranking combo, guys. We've got a Lew's BB1 Pro Series on here with the, what is this even called? With a Team Lew's Custom Pro rod. So, as you guys can tell on this rod and reel, I have no line on it. I've had this thing for 10 months and I've yet to go deep cranking. So, I gotta make a trip up north to even put line on this bad boy and try it out. I haven't used it yet, but a lot of the combos before I bought them, I talked with Andrew Upshaw, which was like one of the pros, and I was kind of telling him like what I needed or what I wanted and what his best opinions were. This was the combo he kind of picked out for me for deep cranking, and I agree with it too because it has a massive line capacity, and the gear ratio on this reel is a 6:4-to-1. I like to go a little bit slower with the crankbaits, that way it can kind of stay down there longer and I'm not kind of over cranking it, but that's really one of the only times I go slow with a gear ratio is for deep cranking. And the rod name, for those of you guys curious, is the Ledge Magnum Crankbait 3. And yeah, I haven't used it yet, so can't tell you guys if I like it or not, but I assume that I would. It's one of the very few I haven't even got a cast, and it kind of makes me realize I need to go deep crankbait fishing for some big old bass. We'll do that here soon. Combo number 3, the Bass Pro Shops $20 push button. We filmed this video like 2 weeks ago. Still in my truck for whatever reason. That's the last joke one, I promise, I'm sorry. So this combo right here, it's not set up for flipping, but this is my flipping combo. So normally what I would have on here is probably like, I don't know, 50 or 60 pound braid. For if I go out on a lake and I'm flipping like cattails or mats or something like this, I got the Lew's Hyper Mag on here, which is probably my favorite reel from Lew's. This thing has a super fast gear ratio. It is a 7.51 to be exact. And the reason I got this is for flipping creatures or whatever around brush and to get it out of there quick. And the rod is a 7.6 heavy fast. So this is like the ultimate Florida rod and reel combo. And even though I have it for flipping, I don't own a boat yet, so I don't do too much flipping. I've actually been using this rod and reel for jigs. Like either finesse jigs, which doesn't make too much sense, or like football head jigs. And it's been working perfect. Wasn't planning on this being my jig rod, but it's kind of become that. And then if I ever had to go flipping, I would just switch the line out from, I think this is 18-pound fluorocarbon. I'd switch it out to the braid and go flipping with it. But this has been a really cool stick right here. This is also the Team Lew's Custom Pro rod, which all my rods are either like the Mach or Xfinity series or Team Lew's Custom Pro. There's not a lot of them. I really don't use too many rods and reels. I like to keep it simple. Like I have a couple in my car because if I bring like 20 with me, I'm gonna overthink it too much. So this right here kind of blends in with my jacket. I'm gonna step to the side. Is the Team Lew's Custom Black spinning combo. This is one of their higher end spinning combos, and I really like this thing. Hunter also broke this one at the top. Not on a fish, he also stepped on this rod and reel combo too. So thanks, Hunter. But anyways, this is a combo if I have a buddy fishing with me, whether he's fished before or if I take my dad fishing and he likes to use a spinning combo over a bait caster. This is kind of like the heavy duty, can kind of throw. You can throw things you would throw on a bait caster on this rod and reel. I have more finesse spinning combos. I'll show you guys here in just a second, but this is kind of like, you know, if you want to throw a rattle trap, chatterbait, whatever, and you like spinning combos more, this is kind of like the all around spinning combo, I guess. So this is a 7-foot medium fast action rod and reel right here. Gear ratio is 6:2-to-1. So not the fastest, But I feel like this is a good spinning combo just to have because you can kind of go finesse and throw a shaky head or a Ned Brig on it, but you could also kind of go bigger and throw, I mean, I'd throw anything on it besides like frogs, but you could throw like a popper, a walking bait, kind of anything on the spinning combo and it just works. So perfect all around spinning rod and reel combo, high quality. It just works. Just throw whatever on it. I don't know. Every single spinning reel I talk about, by the way, guys, I back it with braid and then I'll tie like a fluorocarbon leader, depending on what lure I'm throwing, will be heavier or lighter. But yeah, I think I got like 20 or 30 pound braid on this. This is the rod and reel I hope I pick up when I go fishing because this is the Top Water rod and reel. 7.3 heavy, fast taper is my preferred for frogs, buzz baits, anything that you gotta throw braid with for a Top Water. This is gonna be the rod and reel for it. And I don't know what it is about this rod and reel. I can cast a frog so far with this thing, and it's just the right length. I'm kind of taller, so 7.3 is good for me. Everybody's frogging stick will be different. So if you're shorter, like say you're under 6 foot, probably go down to like a 7 foot. Same exact like heavy, fast action. But that way, when you're working any topwater lures, normally you're pointing your rod tip to the ground and popping. So if you're shorter and you're using the 7.3, you're just gonna be slamming it into the ground or onto the boat. That won't work. So for me, 7.3 heavy, fast taper, perfect, and also could use this for jigs. I have an exact one of these, not with me, with 17 pound fluorocarbon I will use for finesse jigs or any jigs I hop off the bottom. Same exact combo, just different line. But this is also a really good all-around combo. You could also throw Texas rigs on this one as well. I seriously think if you guys have like a 7.3 heavy fast action, that'll cover a lot. And then you have a 7 foot medium heavy, this will cover everything that you need to throw with just these two combos. I'm really looking forward to the Xfinity ones. Haven't tried those out, but for all of 2020 and into 2021, these are going to be kind of covering that. Simple as that. One more thing for topwater, fast gear ratio, I got a 7.5 to 1 on here too. If you're frogging and you're bringing it over pads, fish blows up, you want to get it out of there as quick as possible. I also got 60 pound braid, but I do live in Florida. You guys could probably go down to like 50 or 40 with your topwater frogs. Yeah, that's the Top Water combo. Pretty cool. Now this combo right here, this is gonna be controversial. This is my worm rod and reel combo. This combo is pretty expensive. Oh, I should have told you guys the price of all the other ones. All those other rods and reels looking at the ground, about 180 to 200 bucks. Besides the flipping stick and besides the cranking rod, those are like $400 or $500 each. I'll say the price from here on out, but the Hypermag, $300. This is a 8:3 to 1 gear ratio, which you could go a lot slower. I'm super patient with Texas rigs though, and I know how fast it's moving. So I always constantly remind myself, like I don't want to move my Texas rig too quick, but I like having a fast gear ratio for when I set the hook, because a lot of times I'll be throwing my Texas rig in dangerous places. Also, have a 7.4 heavy fast action Pro TI rod, and I think these are either 280 or 380 just for the rod. So this is by far my most expensive combo at probably like 700 bucks, maybe 800. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's like $600 or $700. I don't know exactly how much it is. And I have 14 pound fluorocarbon on here as well. The reason I went expensive with my Texas rig combo, one, I use it all the time. So I don't want to have a super expensive combo and never use it, even though I have a pretty expensive crankbait combo and never use it. That's besides the point. Anyways, I feel like if you want to buy a couple high quality combos, it makes the most sense to do things you need the most sensitivity in. When you go up in price, you can get more sensitive rods and reels, feel the bites better. And in my opinion, with a Texas rig, it's super important to be able to feel what it's hitting on the bottom. Whereas like a chatterbait, you don't really need an expensive rod and reel because you're throwing it and reeling it. And sure, you're hitting it off of stuff, but you don't need it to be as sensitive as a Texas rig rod, or maybe even like a tiny like shaky head or finesse rod. You need it to be super sensitive so you can feel those bites. Topwater frog, you don't need it to be sensitive because you watch it blow up on top of it. So that's why if I were to go expensive on anything, think finesse or what you need to feel the bites the best with. That was my Texas rig combo. I go 7.4. I know a lot of people have like 7 foots. My reasoning for 7.4 heavy, fast instead of even medium heavy. Heavy is gonna give me a better hook set. I don't have to set the hook as hard to drive the hook into the bass's mouth. Also 7.4, the longer it is, the more leverage you can get them. Like, I'll throw this in wood and around docks all the time. The more leverage you have on the fish to get them out quicker. So that's why I like a 7.4. Some people will go shorter, but I found this to be absolutely perfect, especially if you're fishing 10 foot or deeper. You're gonna need that extra rod length to get them out of the structure you're dragging across on the middle of a lake. Helps to have a longer rod for that too. But this has been an awesome combo. It's actually a 7.2 now because, once again, it seems like I just break rods with Hunter. I actually broke this one, hopped in Hunter's truck, shut the door, and snapped off the top eye. So that was fun. This combo has been excellent. I've caught so many fish on this thing. You guys have probably seen me catch a lot of fish on it too. awesome worm combo. Yeah, pretty much perfect. So right here, next combo, the spinnerbait combo slash swim jig slash anything like a swim bait that swims with the open hook. This will be what I go with, but mainly spinner baits. This is a 6'10", so the shortest rod yet, medium heavy, fast taper. This is kind of the perfect thing. With a 6'10", you're more accurate. A lot of times I'll be throwing spinner baits up and under stuff and kind of bringing it through shallow water. It's just how I work spinner baits. You could obviously use them anywhere. I don't know what it is about the action combined with the length. Whenever I get a fish that bites on a spinner bait, 9 times out of 10, I'm hooking them. With a lot of other rods, you'll either pull it out of their mouth too quick or you let them eat it too long and they'll think it's fake before you can even feel them and they'll spit it. This, for whatever reason, for me has matched like my bite to hook set speed. I don't know. But yeah, the Mach 1 is like a way older rod and reel, but this has really done the trick for me. Also, once again, 14-pound fluorocarbon has been kind of my thing. Also, guys, that combo I think is only like $100. Maybe it's less, maybe it's slightly more. All right, guys, and the last combo I have to show off to you guys is basically everything I use for flukes, Senkos, Ned rigs, and shaky heads, like an all-around spinning combo, especially like the more finesse stuff. Wouldn't really throw anything else too heavy on this like a chatterbait, maybe get away with like a mini trap, but everybody needs a good spinning rod and reel. And right here I have the Lew's Xfinity. These are a Walmart exclusive, so you can only pick these bad boys up in Walmart. They also have a baitcaster version, and this for I think 55 or 60 bucks, maybe like 30 bucks for the reel, 30 bucks for the rod. Extremely affordable. And if you guys even saw yesterday's video, I think I caught 9 fish with a Ned rig on this exact combo, but these have really exceeded my expectations. For anything finesse, you're gonna need, I mean, you could throw it on a bait caster, but it's much nicer to throw it on a spinning combo. The one that I have here is a 6'6" medium fast action. And I find like, I mean, I was flipping fish over brush with a Ned rig with this thing, and I can feel the bite super good too. All you guys need a spinning combo, even though a lot of times you don't want to pick it up. At the end of the day, this thing will catch more fish than all the fancy bait casters will. Well, guys, that is my rod and reel arsenal going into 2021. Probably add a few new guys here and there. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys want to see like what was on my truck, what I take pond fishing with me every day, and what I even keep in my truck for lake fishing and stuff like that too. And that pretty much covers all the bases. The only thing I didn't talk about, I do have like an Alabama rig and big swim bait rod and reel at the house. That is a Super Duty 2. Whatever the biggest reel is that Lew's makes is on that bad boy. I think it's also called the Super Duty something. The reel, I don't know. And I throw that with 21-pound fluorocarbon because when you're throwing an expensive A-rig or big swim baits, you don't want it to snap off. So that's pretty much all I use. I thought I used more. Like I have like a ton of doubles and triples of these. So like say if I want to throw a rattle trap in a chatterbait, I'll have 2 of the same exact thing, but I'll have them both tied on at the same time. But that's basically all the different categories covered. Leave a like on this video, comment down below what you guys want to see next, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next daily video fish bump. I'm out of here.